Hey everyone, welcome to another series on Happy Family Ministries. And today we'll be talking about understanding love.
Mm.
So, as you listen, be blessed. Yep.
Okay, so today we're talking about understanding love,
Mm,
and you've always heard love is a beautiful thing, right?
yeah.
So, before we proceed with what love actually is, it's good for us to know what love is not. This will give us a basis for what love is.
Yep.
Now, what love is not? First, love is not sex. Yes, love is not sex. A lot of persons have been deceived with the fact that if you love me, then you should sleep with me,
Mm,
and that shows that you love me. That is not true. As a matter of fact, um, sex, especially before
marriage.
marriage, brings about force kind of bonding. So force, it brings that kind of pseudo love that will make you think that you are actually in love, but you are not in love. You are actually in lust.
Mm,
And that is what sex before marriage does. So love is not about sex. Love is not sex. So that's the first one. The second one, do you want to mention it?
Love is not an emotion
Mm.
and feeling. Yeah.
Yes. So love is not really about the emotions. It's not about the feeling. Love is far bigger than an emotion. If you base your love on emotions or on feelings, then it's going to continue to change almost every minute or seconds because
Yeah.
emotions are are linked up to the chemicals in our body, and those chemicals change almost every 5 minutes in our body. So if you base your love for your spouse or for your fiancé or fiance on your emotions, then it means you can just decide one day and not feel like loving the person.
Yeah.
So love is not a feeling, love is not really an emotion.
Yeah, I would also want to state that giving doesn't really guarantee love, though giving is part of love and all of that. But for the fact that somebody is giving something to you or giving you gifts or loves to be benevolent to you, it doesn't mean that the person loves you
Yeah,
or the
that's
person is the one you should go ahead to get married to. You
yeah.
have to be sure actually that the person is actually you guys are actually compatible
Yes, yes,
before
yes.
you move ahead, not because the person is giving you. Because
That's
I've
very
heard
true.
a lot of persons say, "Oh, he paid my school
Mm.
fees, he bought me house and bought me a house, or
Yeah,
paid my house
of
rent, he helped
food.
my mom
Yes.
when she was not feeling fine." All of that,
Mm.
all those things are not basis
Mm.
for love. The
To
person is doing
judge
it out
love.
of a benevolent heart.
Heart,
Doesn't
yes.
mean that you should pay back with your life
Mm.
in terms of entrusting your whole life to him by getting married to him. He might not be
That's
the
very
one
true.
for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Love truly is not about giving.
Mm,
Yes, if truly you love someone, you will give,
sure.
but not all givings are out of love.
Mm,
So it's good for us to clarify this. There are people who give gifts who do not love us. So for you to base your love, or base your love, or saying that this person loves you because he gives to you or she gives to you, then that is false. Love is not about giving.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Okay,
So
so
yeah, going to move ahead to what love is now.
mm,
So love means to care.
that's right.
Yeah.
Love means to care.
Mm,
And if you check out the Greek meaning of the word care, it's actually deeper than what we see, like we say
yeah.
or think.
Yeah.
To care means to anticipate the needs of another person and going ahead to meet,
The need.
yes,
Yeah.
meet the need. That is actually what it means to care. So love means to care. Love means caring. So if he says he cares for you, it means he will anticipate your needs and he will go ahead and meet those needs. A very good example is for a man who is married, for example, who says he cares for his wife, and every time he comes back from work, he begins to quarrel her that his food is not ready yet. And if he truly cares for her, one of the ways he can display such care is to get something for her on his way back from work, anticipating her needs that she could be hungry too,
Yeah.
and coming home and presenting it to her. That is what we actually mean by saying we care for somebody. You anticipate their needs, you go ahead and meet their needs even before they speak up and demand anything from you.
Yeah,
Is that right?
absolutely. Yes. Another aspect is love is unconditional and without reason.
Yeah. So love being unconditional, love being without a reason is actually the very basis for what love is. And for us to clarify the kind of love we are actually speaking of, we are talking about the God's kind of love, the
Agape.
agape love, the unconditional kind of love, the love that people can look at you and say this person has gone nuts. Why? Because it's a crazy love. It's a love that is shown to somebody without expecting anything in return. As a matter of fact, that is the real kind of love. That's the only love that can keep permanent relationships. The rest kind of love, with any little offense, that will be the end. It's only the agape love, the God kind of love, the unconditional kind of love. That's the only kind of love that can guarantee a last longing relationship like marriage. Now, we saying love has no reason means if I love you because of a specific thing or a reason, it means I have given that love a condition, right? If I love you because you are beautiful or you have a fine face, if anything happens to that face, it means the love goes away.
It fizzles out.
It fizzles out.
Yeah.
If I love you because of your white teeth, if those teeth becomes darkened, it means the love goes
Yeah,
away. So
actually.
genuine love should be without a reason, because if it has a reason, that gives birth to a condition, that gives birth to an expectation,
Expectation.
and will definitely give birth to what? A disappointment. So the best kind of love is the love that has no reason. I love you and I don't know why I love you. There's no way in the Bible where you see it why God loves us. God just loves us. And that's a very good example of the unconditional kind of love. In I think it's Romans 5 verse 8 that says, even while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. So we had nothing worth him dying for,
Yes.
but yet Christ died for us. In John 3 verses 6, it says, for God so loved the world that he
He
gave
gave
his only
his only
begotten,
begotten Son.
that whosoever believes in him should not perish. God so loved and he gave. So that is the kind of the unconditional kind of love.
Another one is love is a decision. Yes, love is a decision, and you commit to love someone.
Yeah, you choose to
You
love.
choose to love the person, not necessarily because of what the person's actions and inactions. You actually commit to love the person, and you choose to love the person regardless. I'm not saying you should
Yes.
condone bad habits and all of that, but when you've chosen that this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with,
Yes.
then you should know that you have to love the person, just love the person.
Very
It's a
true.
decision.
Very true.
So whenever, even in times where you don't feel like showing love, in times where you don't feel like being around people, in times where you don't feel like,
Choose to
you
love.
just choose to
Choose to
respond in
love.
love, choose to love the person, choose to respond in love.
Very
I've
true.
seen a
Very
lot of
true.
persons shout at their partners, talk down on them, and it comes with moods. They don't pick the partner's calls because they're not in the mood to pick the partner's calls. They don't respond to a lot of things actually. Why? Because you are still operating on the emotional and the feelings and all of
Feelings.
that. But when you commit to loving someone, it's a decision. Now God loves us not because of our actions or inactions. He loves us. Why? Because he has chosen to
To love
love us as his
humanity.
children, to love humanity. So that even leads to his philanthropic things and ways of everything he does for us. He gives us things, he does things for us, not because necessarily because we pray so hard or because we are more righteous in quotes than others. No, but out of this love, now, it just brings about philanthropy. So why are you loving your partner? Why? Because you have committed, you have chosen to love the
To
person.
love
So
the
it's not because
person.
the person is perfect. Yes, I've seen a lot of persons, they say they are looking for perfect people to love, in quotes. She must be this, he must be that. And if they are not that, you begin to compare them with other persons.
That's true.
Like my husband usually say during our courtship days that the grass is not always green on the other side. You don't really know what is happening in there and the other side, or with that person. You understand? Nobody is actually really perfect.
Yeah.
We all strive towards perfection.
That's
So
very
you
true.
don't just look at someone and decide to love them and then put your partner in that box, in that space of comparison. You begin to look at what your partner is doing and what the other person is doing, and begin to say, this person behaves like this, or or doesn't do that. Why can't you behave like that? No, no, that's not what love is. Love is a decision. And
It's a
what's a decision?
decision.
You decide. You decide to do something. And the day you decide to do something, it creates a change in the way things are being done for you. The day you decide to go to school, for example, it creates a change knowing that you're going to come out a graduate. What is the decision? When you decide to do something, you're going in with your whole heart, with your full chest, like that. I would say
Yeah,
yes.
that's very true.
So that's what love
Love actually
truly
is,
means.
yes.
Yes.
So love is the decision to meet the needs of another person
Mm,
for the rest of the person's life
mm,
without expecting anything in return.
yes.
So that's a high order. It's not for children, it's not for boys, it's not for girls, it's for the mature mind.
Yes.
So to love is to commit to meet the needs. So you decide, you choose to love.
Mm-hmm.
If you base your love on feelings, like she was trying to say, so you could just wake up one day and don't feel like loving the person. So what do you do such days? But if it's a decision, then you know that every day of your life you
Decide,
choose
yeah.
and you decide to
Should,
keep
yeah.
loving her. Like I've decided to keep loving her.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, so we're moving to practical steps in which you can show this love. Practical steps of love, of what love truly means. Yes.
Okay.
So love protects and
And shield.
shields.
Yeah, so love actually is not quick to expose your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Love covers a multitude of sin.
Mm,
That's from the Bible. So
mm,
love should protect. If you claim you love her, if she claims she loves you as the man, then love should protect. Love should shield. You don't expose the faults of your
partner,
partner.
yeah.
I've seen
Outside.
a lot of couples who make that mistake,
Mm.
especially men. You go out and
Talk about your
you
wife.
talk about your spouse, your
Yeah.
wife, informing them how badly she cooks
Yeah.
or
Or how
things like
badly she
that. It
dresses.
shouldn't be. Love should
Yes.
protect. Love should shield.
Mm. So love bears. It is not easily angered.
Yeah.
Yes.
So love is not easily
Angered.
angered.
Yeah.
If you truly love somebody, you would bear with the person's excesses,
Shortcomings.
shortcomings,
Yeah.
and this goes um, hand in hand with love is patient, right?
Yes. Love is
So,
patient. Yes.
so love is patient. Like
Mm.
I'll give an example now. For the woman, she should be patient
Yeah.
with her man.
Mm.
If he's dirty and
Yeah.
you
So
are trying
not
to work on
tidy.
him,
Yeah.
you are trying to ensure that he becomes,
Arranges.
then
Becomes
you should be
tidy.
patient with him
Mm.
while you continue to do those things,
Mm.
like, and you continue to help him out.
Yeah, then for the man, if you have a wife who is sluggish and not so fast in doing some things and all of that, and you want her to be fast and all of that,
Yes,
you have to show patience, long
yes,
suffering actually.
yes,
You keep correcting, you keep instructing, you keep being patient, knowing that this person is going to catch up to where you want the person to catch up to. As a matter of fact, a lot of persons are there and their wives are here and they haven't really come up to meet them there
yeah,
yet. This relates to all spheres of life actually, because relates to our religion, every aspect, academics and all of that. She's not so sharp yet. It doesn't mean that she's not going to be sharp later, but she's still coming up. She's still build her, teach her, instruct her. As a matter of fact, that's what you're supposed to be doing as a husband. Then, just like a father to a daughter, you are you are brooding her, you are bringing her up to become what you want her to be, so that you can be able to present her, show her worthy of presentation to the world, to your world actually. So be patient with her, knowing that she would catch up. But while being patient with her, keep instructing, keep
very true,
correcting,
very
keep teaching in love.
true.
And one day you'll be shocked that as a matter of fact, affirmation helps a person do better
Mm.
than this affirmation,
Condemnation.
if there's anything like
Mm.
that,
Than
than
condemnation
always
or
pointing out the person's wrong, the person's fault,
criticizing.
or criticizing. The person will start operating with fear,
Mm.
being that she doesn't know what she's going to do that you're going to be happy with, or
And
that's going to
appreciate.
meet your expectation, or you're going to appreciate. So she begins to fumble on so many things.
Mm.
But when you keep applauding, when you keep affirming, when you keep just cheering her on, telling her to go and all of that, even when she's not perfect at it,
Mm.
you discover that you just wake up one morning and she's all perfect and she's just
Very
the
true.
woman you have desired her to become. So keep teaching, keep instructing.
Okay, so love also is sacrificial. Love is not self-centered. So you can't claim to love somebody and you keep thinking about yourself and self
Yeah.
yourself. So love is sacrificial and it should be obvious. It's not saying I love her and you're not being sacrificial towards that person. And when we mean sacrificial, it means there are times you give up your rights just because of that person.
Yeah.
Love is not self-centered.
Yeah. And love is sincere and not deceptive.
Yeah, so love is sincere.
A lot of guys in this generation has just deceived a lot of persons. Yeah, a lot of ladies actually have actually been crying, wailing, and so disheartened by what they see and what they go through and what they experience. A lot of guys don't come out sincere. You see a lady, she's beautiful, she's captivating, just because you want to sleep with her, just because you want to get under her skirt, you just come to her with a sincere. And the worst of it is that you come to her playing church and religion. So she falls a victim of your deceptiveness, and then you end up taking advantage of her weakness and categorically sleeping with her and doing everything you want to do with her. And at the end of the day, it's all that's not a sincere love actually, or because she has money. Yes, a lot of guys, they are looking for ladies who are working class, they are there boxed up and all of that, and so you just want to get married to her, not really necessarily because you love her or because you want to commit to meeting her needs. You want to get married to her because of her money, just to give you financial security. Yes, so that is a deceptive love. So be sincere, check your heart, because the truth is that when you are not sincere about love, about loving a person, when you get into marriage is going to lead into frustration, because you're going to frustrate the person. You just wake up one morning and find out that you are hating this person, but
That's true.
but you don't know why. She does this thing, you say, why did she cough?
Mm.
She did this, you say, why did she keep this thing here? You begin to frustrate. You are not happy, she's not happy, and at the end of the day, it leads to another thing. So please be sincere. True love starts from the heart, a pure heart. Jesus loved us with a what? With a pure and sincere heart. No reason, he just loved us. So have love your partner without any form, void of any reason at all, void of anything at all. Because most times we as humans, we are tempted. Most times we might not even know that we are already tilting towards because of her money, or for the female now because of his money.
Will not be deliberate.
Yes, may not be deliberate, but because of he has money, you have suffered, you don't want to suffer again. None of that. And you say you suffered in your father's house, you cannot suffer in your husband's house. And then you marry this man, you don't love the man, you're not taking care of him, you're just enjoying his money and all of that. Emotionally, you're not there for him and all of that. So it's I've seen ladies that blackmail their husbands. It should give you money. If it doesn't give you money, you're not happy. You begin to carry face and all of that, just making the man feel what is he not doing right.
It's not supposed to be.
And it's not supposed to be, just always putting him under pressure. And he's always like, he then runs out looking for someone to talk to, looking for a solace. He can't take solace in you as a wife. Why? Because you don't care. All you care about is your looks. Even you care about just the superficial things that you're seeing that money can provide, the trips and all that. You don't care about his person. You don't even ask him how is he doing, how is business. All you need is what? Money. So let's check this
Love is
little
sincere.
foxes. Yeah.
Love is not deceptive. Okay. Also, love keeps no record of wrongdoing. So if you love somebody, you will not open a kind of special diary for
Ladies.
the wrongdoings, especially ladies.
Ladies.
We do that very well. You just get a book and you keep penning down last year, 17th December 2020, you did this at 10 a.m. Come on. Love keeps no record of wrong.
Yes.
The truth is, if God keeps our own record of wrongdoings, who will stand before Him? So, if we claim to love our spouse or love somebody, we now get it that it doesn't mean that those people will not do things that will hurt you.
Yeah.
So it goes hand in hand with love forgive. So you
Mm-hmm.
should forgive. You should forgive. If you love that person, the person will definitely hurt you, but
Yes.
you should forgive and do not keep records of the person's wrongdoing. Yeah.
Yes. So another one is love does not
Compare.
compare or castigate. Yes.
Compared to castigate.
Compared to castigate. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. So you don't go about castigating or comparing your partner, just like I previously said or we previously said. You don't castigate or compare them.
Very true.
I saw a post on IG of a woman who was really totally down emotionally and all of that. She works so hard, even does a cleaner job and all of that. But her husband, the little money she's able to make just to please her husband, she goes to buy second-hand clothes just to look good and all of that. But the husband still comes to the house to tell her, see, so and so person, see how they are looking, look at this and this and that. And then he's comparing her
So,
to other persons and really working on her emotions, like pulling her down, pouring water on her emotions and all that. And people were really castigating the man. And in short, people it led to people giving her shoes, clothes, money, job, and told her not to kill herself. So you don't castigate your partner. The truth is that if you as a man is how will I put it now? You love your wife so much, it's going to reflect in her. She's going to be blossoming. People will see her, she's just looking good. Someone, for everything you admire, someone is working on that person. Yes. You can't see me looking good now and not
that's
know that.
right. That's right.
I don't know that my husband is working on me. Yes. So for everything you admire, work is being put into it. Is it marriage you admire? Is it a particular career? Is it a particular job? If it's something you want to become in life, if you don't put work into it, it's just going to end up in admiration. So for everyone you admire, someone is working on her. Someone is taking care of her skin, paying her bills, taking care of her hair, her clothes, and all of that. So don't compare. If you know you cannot live up to that expectation that you are putting that person into, then you should not compare or castigate that person. Yes.
Yeah. Nobody actually loves to be compared. Okay, okay. See what this person is doing for his wife. You, you can't meet my needs.
Yes.
You see, that makes every man not to be happy. So, and it's good for us not to compare. Just if you want the person to improve on on a particular thing, why not go on and just tell the person
Yes.
what you want the person to improve on,
Yes.
and not comparing that person to another person. Okay, love is considerate and understanding, and this is very straightforward. You should consider, if you love somebody, you should consider their feelings. You should consider how they will feel if you alter that word you want to alter. So love is considerate.
So love listens. Love is
It's
not
not stubborn.
stubborn. Yeah.
Exactly.
So don't be stubborn, ladies. There's no I usually say there's no profit in being stubborn. Yes, you end up creating a disaster for yourself,
It's
because
true.
by the time you annoy your husband, ladies, submissiveness. By the time you annoy your husband by proving stubborn and all of that, you end up destroying the whole marriage and all of that. So be careful not to be stubborn. It doesn't pay. And then men, listen to your wife. You might see her like she doesn't mean anything or she doesn't have anything to contribute on that, but be careful of counsel. The Bible says in I think the multitude of counsel,
There's safety.
there's safety. Yes, so be very careful when someone is talking to you. Listen to what, away from the whole emotions. Ladies, when your husband is trying to correct you, you're saying, "No, you don't love me," you're crying. And there's something my husband used to tell me those days when we were cutting. He was trying to correct me or teach me something. I'm all about the crying and all that. And he's telling me that, see, it's not about crying, you have to learn this thing. You have to learn to take corrections. It's for your own good. It's making you to become a better person tomorrow. It's not because the person hates you and the person is actually talking to you. Yes. So listen, accept correction, take correction, and work on yourself. I had a principle then that if three persons complain about a particular thing about me at three different locations, these three persons, they don't know themselves, they never sat down to talk about me or something, but this person is pointing out this aspect of you, this aspect of you, then you should actually work on that thing, work on it, because the truth is that charisma can take you up, but character cannot keep you up. So work on yourself.
Yeah.
Did I turn it upside down?
Charisma can take you up.
Yes.
And it's character that
That
sustains
sustains you. Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Character that sustains you.
Yes.
Yes. So then you see this thing called love. It takes work to make it happen.
Yeah.
Do you understand me that?
Well, no, it's quite explicit already.
Yes.
So it takes work. Love is not for boys, it's not for girls. Love is hard work. Now we've itemized some things that you begin to wonder. You see, when we say love is sacrificial, it takes someone who is mature enough at heart to sacrifice for another person. So if you see anybody's marriage working, it takes work. So love actually is real work.
Yes, and then before I say the last point I have to say, partner, what does a partner mean? Partner is someone that you are working together with to achieve a particular goal. When you see your spouse or the person you're in a relationship with as a partner, when you have a business partner, what do? You do everything possible to ensure that your partner isn't angry, right?
Yeah.
And
you work together.
You seal the deal
to
on
achieve
both
common
ends.
goals.
Yes, nobody's annoying anybody. You are even being careful with what you do so that the person doesn't back out of the contract or something. So when you see your partner as a partner,
That's right.
yes, you tend to appreciate the person more. You tend to be more welcoming. You tend to be more listening to the person. You tend to go to the person to seek counsel and advice and all of that. And then both of you, the Bible, what did the Bible say? It said, except two work together. Yes, except they agree to work together on something. So a power of agreement. Actually, one of our topics that the power of agreement. When you see your partner as a partner, there's no way where you people cannot reach in life. There's also another topic we'll be sharing on the series to the power of unity. So all these things are to be put in place. Then lastly, love is beautiful.
Love is beautiful. Love is beautiful.
Love is beautiful. Whatever
Actually,
love you see, whatever marriage you admire, and all of that, isn't it beautiful? Don't you want to have such?
Very beautiful.
Then why not work towards having such? And you can only work towards having such by some principle. There are some things they are doing. It's not about
just wishing.
Yes, it's not about trust, admiration, not about couple crush and couple goals. Yeah.
That's
So
true.
there's something going on for them. There's something working for them. They are not lucky, they are worky, like my husband usually say. So when you know that there's something they are doing that is making the love beautiful and makes you admire it. Now you should pick a positive aspect from that and desire. It should create a desire in your heart that you are also going to create such a beautiful love that someone else will see and also admire and want to get married. As a matter of fact, why we film and why we make videos is for people to know that marriage is beautiful.
Marriage is beautiful.
A pure and genuine love helped by God is beautiful. Forget all the sad stories of divorce and violence and everything you are seeing everywhere. There is something they are not doing right.
That's true.
Forget, some persons will say, forget that thing you are saying. This person did because your own is working. That's why you should know. No, it's not like that. There are principles. There is something one of the partners isn't doing right, or didn't work on, even while they were single.
That's true.
They didn't work on that aspect of themselves while they were single, and they brought it into, you see, marriage escalates. It expands who you are. It doesn't suppress. So if you are going to get married for the wrong reasons and think that it's going to you both are going to complement each other or something, I don't know, you're going to be disappointed actually. So your heart has to be right, your reasons have to be right, your emotions have to be put in place, has to be right, your right standing with God, your spiritual life of whatever religion has to be right, your vision has to be right. All those things have to be put, your character has to be right. All those things have to be put in place before you go ahead to meet. Now, broken homes, broken relationship, broken marriages that we are seeing is because things are not put in place. It's not because the marriage in itself has issues. It's because individuals refuse to put some things in place in their own life at a very early stage. You see, when you curb some excesses, it cuts down the wings of that thing from flying. You understand? So there's something my dad used to tell me that helped me to become a better person today. Then those teenage age when I was showing some kind of signs and all that, my father told me something. He said, "No man want to live with you or accept this thing you are doing, and so you would not do it in my house. So you won't do it to your husband, your future husband." Then I felt like, what is he saying and why is he all of that and all of that? But today I see it. If I had brought that now, parents, correct your children, potential parents I'm talking to now, or parents, partners, correct your partner while even in the relationship. Whatever you fail to correct, it will transcend and go with that person into marriage. And when you begin to reap the fruits, that bad fruit, you can't eat a bad fruit, of course, it's bad already, it is rotten. So even when you have good intentions, when there's a bad fruit, whatever aspect you need to work on, I don't know why I am digressing into this aspect, but we didn't plan for this kind of talk, but whatever aspect you need to work on, please work on it. Don't say he will accept me the way I am. If you cannot accept me the way I am, that means he's not the man for me. No, nobody will tolerate a bad habit. They can keep accepting. When they have it here, they are done with it already. You understand? They are done with it already. So please, love is beautiful, but what? It takes all these things put in place to make it beautiful, to make it work. Yes.
It's okay. My final word. You can't claim to be a man of God or a child of God and not have love.
Yes.
God is love. Mm. God is love. So if you have this God that is love, then you should naturally exhume love. You should naturally give out love. Because if you are full of God, which we all claim that we're children of God, then we should excel in love. We should lead in love. So I see no reason why we claim to know this God and not know love. So, and I would want to encourage us all to actually walk in love and let people see us and see and say, oh, this is truly a man of love. And it makes the world a beautiful place.
Yes, there's no gain in not being a man of love or not being a woman of love or proving hard or proving stubborn.
Yeah.
There's no gain. You end up destroying everything. It's destroying the beautiful. Now, even if a relationship or a marriage is the will of God, you can truncate it with your behaviors, your characters, and all of that, your actions and inactions. Yes. So be a beautiful person at heart, so that that beauty can come out. You can exude that beauty from your heart. Yes. And give it to the world, not only your partner now, to your society and your love. Just be a sweet person. Just box in that euphoria of being a sweet person and all of that. Yeah. So
All right.
all right, thank you for watching today's video, and I hope you learned something. So please share, comment, like, and just do somebody subscribe and do somebody good. Share this with the person. Let the person learn what you have heard also. God bless you.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.